What's TV? Mr. Day start in the past company and you
working in Finland, pleasure being is and so well at great engineer. Hire really employee really business. You need to be able to grow our team. Very good marketplace here. Focus at the universities. Sure. Aspect of mostly with Techus. They help. This is a very make new concept, also actively working that helped successful. Economic an opportunity to take advantage here. Startups and another very work with the great products, talk to collaborative, so the money being invested in new housing and really and get a lot of build a better Europe and the governmental get very
okay. That's the society to
easy and put your business online. Very straightforward. They have everything we need. Rules are it's very straightforward. Place to it's people this helps you
it's much health economic and as cybersecurity?
A nonprofit building secure as to online that really important. Having been medical device are many devices cost to the important. So the everybody can really you know, every area that what they're doing, doctor, they don't have a cyber security. They develop and it has it's to deal with devices, everything from what's implanted in you, because you know now they're talking about the Internet of Bodies, all these online implanted devices or devices you wear on you, and then you have all the bigger devices at hospitals that are 100% necessary to provide care, and these things really need security, and Novasana, we're going to work on to try to improve the security of these devices, the ones we have on us, and the larger ones that are at the hospitals, and try to make the healthcare system a bit more secure and robust.
So the healthcare ecosystem, it's very complex. We have the healthcare industry, we have the hospitals, then we have the regulators, then we have the political masters. So who should take the lead, or is there enough cooperation? Are they working together, or do you see that they are working in silos? Is that the problem, that and cyber is not in a way connected as to the whole ecosystem, or how do you see who should take the lead?
Well, obviously, if the government can take a little bit of lead, that's often a very good position. The problem is that typically doesn't happen. So you have tremendous innovation in medical devices. You have bring this healthcare, and the way I see delivery organizations to start to focus on asking more from their vendors on cyber, they're going to get better products, more secure products. So they can use their buying power to influence the device manufacturers of what they expect. And this way, it's very simple. If the large-scale buyers of medical devices want to have more security, they can apply pressure to the device manufacturers who then want to sell to them, and hopefully this will create a positive movement where device manufacturers will do more on security and hospitals will keep raising the bar. So in this nonprofit, MDIS, which I work at, we work quite a lot with the purchasing departments of hospitals to help them understand what are the minimum requirements for cybersecurity in medical devices, so they can start asking that for the vendors. So, it's also important to get regulators involved, because, the quickest way to do something is have a regulator make a rule. The problem is regulators don't often make the right rules. So here, we're trying to educate people and get everybody to focus on doing something.
And the regulations are different in different countries. So,
yeah.
So should we have a global regulation or EU regulation, or how should the regulation be done?
Well, that's a very good question. I think it'd be great to have some standard regulations, and that's why there's quite a lot of work going on international standards. And the idea is if we can get a couple of these international standards adopted, you know, by a lot of the large-scale purchasers, by some of the regulators, then we'll move to more of a common standard. So it's really these international standards and getting people to start testing after them, building devices after them, and then regulators can choose which aspects of those standards they may want to require or not require. So I think this is a way where you can get consensus from lots of players and then move towards that.
But like in the US, if I'm not mistaken, so in healthcare, you have to have a certification for your devices before they can be connected to the hospital. So, but this is just the US regulation. So do you think this is the approach which we should go also here in Europe?
Well, you need to provide some artifacts to get approved to sell in the US. So these artifacts aren't really addressing the vast majority of the cyber issues. So even if you supply those and you pass that, you still can have huge amounts of vulnerabilities and issues by being on the network. So I really think, you know, that this whole system needs to change drastically, and there has to be a lot more visibility into what type of software is used in these products and how these products are being deployed on the network. So, because today the regulations in the US and everywhere else are too weak, and very vulnerable products can be put on the network, and then it's the hospitals that need to manage that risk that they may not even know about.
Yeah, that's the difficulty when if you don't know the risk.
Exactly, you can't manage it.
That's Perhaps as a final question, you have been long with the cybersecurity, and you have a vision. Tell me the future. What is going to happen? What is the biggest challenge? Is it the people, or the processes, or new technologies? So where should we concentrate?
I personally believe, you know, the biggest problem with any change is change itself. Is people typically did what they did yesterday. So there's a lot of habits out there that people practice that may have been good 5-10 years ago, but today don't work in today's cyber world. So it's really helping people change the way they work. And this goes from the way people develop software to the way IT deploys software. So I think it's really getting people to start new approaches to how to develop software so we develop more securely, and helping the IT people understand how to deploy software in a manner which reduces the attack surface and compensates for inherent risk in the software they have. But as I mentioned before, is a lot of this risk is unknown. So people don't know that they have a problem, and then, you know, 9 months later they found out they got compromised. So really, a lot has to be done in helping understand where we are and the change behavior around that.
Yeah, I very much agree. People
are
the focus in good and bad. So we have to educate more to people, and the awareness have to be better. So, okay, thank you very much, David.
Thank you very much, and
I
appreciate it.
I hope you enjoy your time, and good luck for your startup in Finland.
Thank you. I love being in Finland, so you'll see a lot more of me.
Thank you.